Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bulldog Show. I'm Darrell Allen, along with Thomasville High School head football coach Jonathan DeLay. Dogs coming off a tough loss to the Dublin Irish Friday night, 34-13 in the quarterfinals of the state tournament. Coach, disappointing end to a good season.
Yeah, it was. You know, you never want to see your season come to an end. But it's like you said, it was a good season. It wasn't great because we didn't win Game 15, but it was a good season. And, you know, you look back on it and you look at all the things that this team accomplished this year. One of the biggest things to me is just the restoration of connection and brotherhood on the team. You could just see it in those guys and these seniors, you know, that been with them since a lot of them were in the 5th grade and you know, got to see them grow up and mature, and that was fun. And I know that they're going to go on to do bigger and better things, but they were part of the change that we made from last year to this year.
Well, because you talked about that senior or this football team a lot, how much fun they were to coach and to be around.
That was the biggest thing, you know. And I told the kids Friday night, I told them yesterday, we had a team meeting yesterday, that, you know, yeah, I still wanted to be playing football because we all want to win a championship, things like that. But the thing I think I miss just as much, if not more, than the actual football piece is just the camaraderie, just hanging out with the kids, hanging out with the staff on a regular basis, you know, being in the field house and the in-between stuff, that because they were so much fun to be around, and just a bunch of great personalities, a bunch of kids that really liked each other, liked being involved in Thomasville football, and it showed on Friday nights. This was a really special team for me.
Okay, and coach, your senior class, we talked about them, 13 playoff games.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a heck of a run by these guys.
Yeah, 13 playoff games. You know, that's 53 total games in their career. A lot of people go and play high school football, and at most they get 40. They never make the playoffs. But these kids, you know, from their freshman year making it all the way to a state championship, they had 2 quarterfinal runs in their sophomore and senior year, and then went to the second round last year. So, you know, that's a lot of extra games. And when you talk about building a program, you know, any game that you win in the playoffs, that's another week that your young kids get to practice.
All right, with a lot of these guys, Coach, I know we've had some on here who've talked about playing football at the next level, going on, doing different things, those kind of things you'll try to help them do now.
Yeah, so, I mean, right now, between now and the February signing day, it's big for us to get those guys pushed out and get them to where they want to go. You know, we're going to meet with our seniors and get an idea for exactly what they want to do after high school. Some of them just want to go to college, and we're going to help them with that too, whether it's, you know, filling out you know, applications or writing letters of recommendation, talking to people that we know. Some of them want to go to the military, some of them want to go into the job force, and then a lot of them want to go play football. And we're going to try to make that happen for them and find the best financial and football fit that we can for them.
And that's what a good program does, Coach. It's not just about what you do on Friday night. We want to help you develop it so you can grow into the man you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's
you know?
that's part of any you know, high school sports program. You want to try to create good, you know, husbands and fathers, and you want to give them every opportunity to go and get a degree and get a good job and use, really, we're using football as that vehicle. And, you know, hopefully some of these guys will go on to play college football, and you never know, maybe some of them go and play professionally. But having that degree or, you know, whatever it is training-wise to fall back on, that when football is eventually over, they can go and provide for their family.
All right, Coach, we're going to get into the highlights. First of all, hats off to Dublin. I mean, what I'll say about Dublin is they beat a really good football team Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, I still think, like I said last week, it was 2 really good football teams out there on the field, and both of them did some really good things. And, you know, hats off to them. They do it. Coach Holmes does a really good job. He's been there, you know, 25 years, and they do it their way, and they do a really good job of it. So, you know, first drive of the game, I thought we did a really good job throwing the ball. You know, we knew we were probably going to have to throw it in the game right here. But I thought we had some big 3rd down conversions. That was one right there. You know, first 3rd down of the game, we hit Junior, and then come right back. You know, we hit a couple of that was an RPO right there. We felt like we had to pull it down and take off with it. But again, you know, in the first 6 plays, we convert 2 3rd downs. Here's another one right here to Cy. And, you know, we're throwing the ball, we're catching the ball, we're doing a really good job, and we end up getting it down inside the 10-yard line, you know, 1st and goal. And they did a good job of standing up strong right there and forcing us to kick a field goal. You know, looking back, you know, maybe on the second one, maybe go for it. But at the moment in the game, you know, the points were a premium. So right here, you know, you want to take the lead early in the game, go up 3-0. We were able to do that, and then you know, come right out, and the defense gets a big stop right there. But here again, you know, two good stops by them. We're trying to hit some rollouts, but Camden with a good kick right here. We had really good operation.
Another good night by him, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and Camden's just a 10th grader, so, and I thought his kickoffs were much better. His placement was really good. Hang time was really good. We did a good job of covering and tackling, much better job than we did the week before on the kickoff unit. Defense comes out on the first drive, gets a stop, forces a punt, which, you know, that's huge. You're seeing this offense for the first time. I know we've seen Wing T this year some. This is the best team that we've seen run it. And like I said last week, it's not just Wing T. It's Wing T. It's option. It's a play-action game. So they have a lot of different answers. But, again, we forced them to punt the ball in their first series. It's kind of a short punt, punts it out of bounds. And, again, we go back to work. We do pick up a first down, I believe, on this drive. Yeah, on this carry right here, we pick up a first down. And so we feel like we've got some momentum going again, but eventually we have to punt. And again, you know, thought we did a good job punting. You know, we have a muff right here. We're sitting right there on top of it. He muffs it right to himself.
Those are the kind of things that make a difference.
Right. You know, the week before we had the kick where we kicked it off the guy's face and we recover it. And then there, you know, they have the muff and it goes right back to them. I thought we got some really good penetration on our extra point stuff, and we just could never get there to block the kick. You know, after our first kick return, Cy had a pretty good return, so they just started kicking it on the ground. I thought Tyler Ivey did a really good job, one, securing the kick, and then two, you know, making sure we had ball security and got positive yards. We go down 7-3, come right back, first play of the drive, Ant with a big run right here. So, you know, it's second quarter, we're down 4, we're back in the red zone again, and we have some really good runs. Here we have another good run. We get a face mask call, puts us in scoring position. We get down on this play to the 2-yard line. We encore it, and they run through on us, tackle us in the backfield, and get us in 3rd and goal back from the 4. And, you know, really right here, I felt like the reason we ran this ball, I felt like, all right, let's go 2 downs to score right here. If we get something positive right here, we'll be able to go, but a 0-yard gain. So, again, you know, let's kick the field goal, 7-6. You know, it's a one-point game. I mean, it is what it is. Again, another great kick right there by Camden. Keeps it outside the numbers. Not our best job right there, staying in our lanes, but I thought the kick was fantastic. And then right here, you know, we're right there to make the play. We just missed a tackle, and we give up the big play. And that was one thing we talked about. You know, we can't give up the big play touchdown, and we did right there. But still, it's 14-6. There's plenty of time left. You know, we go here. We start throwing the ball. We felt like there was stuff open. We had some good throws, good catches. They weren't really rushing us. That's why the screen game wasn't big for us the other night. You know, they were more of stay on the line of scrimmage and don't get upfield. But, you know, like I said, we thought we hit some good throws, made some plays down the field.
Cam Hill, coach, continues to develop there.
Yeah, he's continuing to develop. You know, he put the ball in some good spots. We had some receivers make some great catches. I mean, probably the best catch I've seen ever, DeMario Sawyer's touchdown catch there at the end. It looked like, I don't know who recalls this, but back in the early 2000s, Alabama had a player, his last name was Prothrow, and he made a catch on the back of a Southern Miss player. That's really what it looked like.
Well, DeMario's one of those guys that we think in the future is going to be really
good.
Yeah.
You know, he's about to be. He has. He's about to be a senior for us. He had some big catches the other night. I mean, first drive right here of the second half. Again, yes, we gave up a touchdown, but we're moving the ball right here, and it's in the red zone again. And you know, we turned the ball over down there, and those are just things that you can't do in a big game such as this. And we did them. And you know. Game gets into the fourth quarter, you know, it's kind of, we had a couple of other drives to try to, you know, keep us in the game, and we just didn't make the big play. That's what we were missing on the night, the big play touchdown that we've made. But, you know, you look at this team and all the things that they've accomplished, and we talked about this yesterday with the kids, you know, one, went to Brooks on the road, beat them for the first time since 17, had multiple shutouts, had two back-to-back shutouts, could have really had 4 or 5 there in that stretch. We went on a stretch in 4 games we had 29 possessions in those 4 games, and we scored touchdowns on 25 of those possessions. And that was late in the year, you know. So when you look at that, that's hard to do just on air, is take 29 drives and score 25 touchdowns, because even on air sometimes, you know, you drop the ball or you mishandle a snap or something. That's I don't know in my career that we've ever had an offense that's done that like that in that piece of time, and that's a lot of those pieces are coming back. Here's that catch. Cam throws this ball up right here, and DeMario goes and he pins it on the back of the defender and catches it around him. I mean, it's unreal. Our videographer down there in the end zone, Mr. Robert Bryce, he actually has a clip of it from that angle. It's the darndest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I don't think since I've been at Thomasville I've seen a better catch by a Thomasville kid. I mean, that was unreal. He pins it on his back and makes a huge play. So,
kind of like we said a while ago, the kind of things we can expect from
yeah,
him.
yeah, and that's just, you know, as we ended the year this year, DeMario's role greatly increased. You know, he didn't have many catches early in the year, and really, you know, the ball gets spread around so much because they had so many guys. But one thing that DeMario does really well, he is a great perimeter blocker. He does a really good job with his fundamentals, and he's real physical out there. And then when Nigel went down, you know, the ball was going to definitely go to the X a little more than it had been. And that's the thing, you know, that we've got to continue. I thought, you know, offensively, we did such a great job this year of spreading the ball around. There's not that one guy that, oh, we got to force it to this guy over and over and over. No, read the thing out, get it to where it goes, whether it's the running back, the receiver, quarterback running. So it was really 11 on 11.
All right, Coach, 2024 season comes to an end, obviously. Good year, as we said. As we kind of peek ahead a little bit, a really good reason to feel good about the place this football team is in.
Yeah, you know,
program. We
got 30 juniors, so we're going to have 30 seniors coming back. Now we're losing 29 seniors, so and again, hate to see those guys go, but we're moving in the right direction. The class that's going to be 9th graders next year has a bunch of good players in it, and we're looking to develop them this off season so that maybe we can get 1 or 2 of them to come in and contribute right off the bat. And you know that when you know, if you're asking a freshman to contribute, there's going to be things that happen. But when you look at over our past, you know, you look back to, you know, like Ty Anderson, he played when he was a 9th grader. And you look at this team now, Cam and Levante and Joe and Nigel and Leland, they all played as 9th graders, the twins. So you know that those are some of the things that are program builders. When you can have guys come in and contribute in the 9th grade, you know you're going to have some issues. You know, we got Junior that's going to be a junior next year. He played as a 9th grader. So we're looking for, you know, for those guys coming in to do a great job. But we want them to understand that no matter whatever the team is next year, this unit with these seniors and juniors and sophomores and freshmen that played this year, they set that standard of connection and brotherhood that's got to be there. And that was one of the last things I talked about to the whole team yesterday. All these things that you accomplished, the thing that I'm probably the most proud of is, you know, the brotherhood that's in this room, the connection that's in this room, because they genuinely liked to be around each other. And that makes a difference. It makes a difference in how you play. It makes a difference in how you approach the game. It makes the difference in how you come to work. And, you know, the goal is for the teams that continue to come after them to do the same.
All right, Coach, and for the fans, we'll talk about it just for a minute. We're going to hopefully complete construction by next football season so we can get our parking squared away.
Correct.
And get everybody back on where they like to be,
That's right.
so to speak. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we are too. You know, one, it was great this year to have the new field house, to be able to go in there. And still, logistically speaking, you know, I know parking was what it was. Hopefully that's over now. They get all the construction done this summer and whatnot, and we can get those reserved lots back over there on the home side to make that easier on our fans that get in there. You know, the thing that the biggest thing is, with all this construction ending, we're going to have all these great things. We're going to do everything on our end, on the football end, with these kids to make sure that we put that great product out there on the field. The big thing for me, going into next year, with all the parking, all the things that get back, let's give these kids a home field advantage every single game. Let's fill that stadium. That home side should be packed. No matter, it doesn't matter who's coming in here to play, because that's what the kids deserve, and we know it can be that way. And hopefully we get all the logistical stuff out of the way so it makes that easier for our fans.
Okay, Coach, as we wind down here, I want to take a moment to thank Austin Reams and CNS for hosting you and I each week, and I want to thank you for coming. I mean, days like today sometimes can't be real easy, but you come and always, you're honest and open, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I enjoy doing this because it shows our program. It shows these kids. It lets the community see our kids, and we're real appreciative to Austin. He's very flexible with us. He does a really good job. And thank you, Darrell, for hosting.
Absolutely.
And thank you and Jim for being on the radio all these years. And you guys do a tremendous job. And I know there's a lot of people, a lot of fans that make sure they tune in every Friday night.
I appreciate that. And Coach, most of all, we thank our fans.
Yep.
Who our Bulldog fans are good fans. They stick with us through up and downs, and through the good times and the bad times.
Yeah, and they know what the expectation is and the standard is at Thomasville, and we want to continue to move. The goal, the thing I told the kids yesterday, the question that's got to be on your mind from now until whenever is, how do we win Game 15? How do we get to and win Game 15? Because that's the expectation here. And it's, like I said, it's been since 1988, and we want to do everything that we can to go and answer that question. And it's hard. There's only a few teams in the state that end with a victory on their last game in the playoffs. So we're going to continue to push to get to that point. We made a step in the right direction this year, going from 6-6 to 10-3, but it's got to be better.
All right.
So we're going to make sure we do that.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. And the 2025 season will be here before we know it.
Exactly.
And Coach and I'll be back with all the highlights next year and let you know everything that we know about Bulldog football.
That's right.